nobody could beat him. Because if you just inflate ego and not the other side, your ego is gonna get crushed. It's gonna get crushed sooner or later because it's gonna be whoever your Buster Douglas is, bro. You know, who just ain't scared of it. He just ain't got shit to lose and don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Work is
so much. Work is the the huge part of the equation. And this is what we were talking about the other day. You know, with the whole, and you know, we poke fun of it, the whole believe and receive deal. But you know, what I had said when we were talking was, you know, when you go to scripture, or the Bible says that faith without works is dead, right? Well, it's the same thing. You got to have faith. Faith is seen in something that's not evident, or it's not, you know, it's not tangible. So you got to put the work in. And it's the same thing, you know, with having a vision, having a dream, you know, the whole, you got to believe it to receive it. You know, you got to have faith, but without the work, you know, and I had worded it, you know, a vision without the grind is just a daydream. You know, you can sit there and think about it all day. And
it's just it's just a hustle.
Yeah,
you ain't doing the work. Motherfuckers just talking slick and getting you to
you're when you say that, I believe you're referencing like those motivational speakers. And you know, anyone, all those people, you know, that bring positive messages, all that's real. But you can't get tied up in the whole, all I have to do is speak it into existence, or all I have to do is believe it and I receive it. Nah, that's just a fraction of what you have to do.
But people buy into that part. Right, that's the part I need to know. Right.
It's pretty and it's easy and it's, you know, you can you know, fall in love with that part, but it's the shit of getting up every fucking day, working out 2 times a day, working a full-time job, you know, start having a business, doing all those little things that ain't pretty, that ain't sexy, that, you know, that people don't want to fucking do. But then you're just going to spend your time believing in something an imaginary, imagination. So there's a difference between having an imagination and having a vision and going out and
dig this
it every single day.
Dig this. At the press conference, the second fight, Deontay Wilder told the Gypsy, "I'm gonna knock you out," you know, like he does. And he said, "I believe in achieve and receive," or whatever, right? And the Gypsy said, "I don't believe that shit." He said, "I don't believe that shit." He said, and he was say, but you must have never looked at a killer. He said, "I looked at a killer's buku time. You ain't one. I'm gonna knock you out." And guess what? Here's the thing. I would say, which man believed what he was saying?
Right.
Sitting at that table.
Right.
You can only speak it so much. You can speak it into existence so much, but you still got to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
You don't got the ability to fuck with me, son. So that's false.
And what gives that person that belief, that confidence is the work.
Right.
I know what I put in. I know what I'm standing on. I know what I'm capable of. What the fuck you talking about? Believe, receive. You gonna receive his ass whooping.
And with that, hey, Deontay Wilder hit so hard, maybe he throws a fucking, maybe he ain't scared, he throws the bomb and then lands, he wins. Good for him. The thing is, man, I don't think we should, as fighting men, trainers, fighters, we shouldn't teeter on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, yeah, I want you to think positive. I want to drill your subconscious. I want you to understand you can be a bad motherfucker. But in order to do that, do the work. That's what you're saying, man.
You still got to do the work. Yeah.
It's like when you go tell somebody, you know, it's like when you go tell somebody, you know, go jump rope for, 6 rounds or something, and they go jump rope, and they're like, okay, well, what's next? It's the same thing. The believing part is just the first. It's just the first step of it. That's just and it's the easiest part. And then comes the fucking hard work. Hey, no, I wanted to ask you, bro. You know, being Mexican, being from Mexico, being from Jalisco, growing up in a Mexican household. You know, you referenced Chavez earlier. Then you also referenced that De La Hoya Vargas fight. I wanted to get your thoughts on that fight. I wanted to know who you were rooting for and what you know what you went through.
Man,
because that's a huge fight. Shit, what he disappeared? Oh, there you go.
Man, that was tough because Vargas is like De La Hoya was my fundamental why I like boxing. Like everything he did, like that was my favorite fighter to watch and learn. But Vargas was the reason I like jumped into boxing. You know what I'm saying? His attitude, his like everything about Vargas. His swag, yeah. And even though like Vargas was a damn good technical fighter. He didn't make it. He didn't do nothing crazy to make you think that, but he was so fundamental sound. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was. Man, I still riding for Vargas, man. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the reason I got to the gym. You know what I mean? That was the reason I jumped in there, and it's definitely my favorite fighter. It sucked when we went to Vegas. We went to the gym to try to catch up to him, and they were closed both days. But yeah, I was torn, man. I was torn on that fight.
Noe. Fernando Vargas was so fucking good, bro, that I, to this day, right now in the gym, and I think I may be a year older than him, to this fucking day, when I'm getting a guy's feet right, and they asking me who to look at, I say, go look at ferocious Fernando Vargas, man.
Yeah.
His balance was constant. His feet was always underneath him, which made it possible for him to be defensive and offensive at the same fucking time. I say, go look at Fernando. When you say that to somebody, they go, huh? Because they fan, right? And I'm like, technically sound. Listen, to define Vargas' career, personally, I would do it this way. Mismanaged. That's not me to shit on his managers. That means they took a shot because the money was so fucking great. And it happened to be a little too much for him, but it was so close that you didn't know that going in, right? You had no reason to think. Vargas wasn't gonna beat that dude. And getting up off the canvas, he showed you why they believed him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that nugget right there, man, set the tone for all the big fights he had after that. And of course, you know, at the end of his career, he took a lot of damage. But as far as ability wise, man, you know who shocked me one day? I was sitting there and we was talking, me and a coach, Rudy Silva.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this, and before I could say Vargas, he said Fernando Vargas. I said, motherfucker. He said, Coach, that dude, bro. I said, yeah. I said, well, I'm glad you and me know, because it seems like a lot of people don't fucking know, man. They know who he was because he was a star. His boxing ability, they is like underrated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's underrated.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it didn't look flashy. It didn't do nothing flashy, crazy that made you oohs and ahs. But like you said, even in that fight, being knocked down, low blows, how many ever times, he was still fundamentally there, still in the fight.
Dude,
regardless, probably half-ass concussed. You know what I'm saying? But
the whole time,
but the foundation was there to where he was still.
He would have got hurt worse.
Yeah.
I can't remember. And it wasn't like I was a Vargas like super fan, or not. I mean, I was a fan of his boxing. But that was a roller coaster, bro. Watching that fight,
man.
Like, I was involved in that motherfucking fight, bro. I was involved in that fight.
Yeah.
If I'd have been half assistant, I probably would have cried a couple of times. I was up and down, bro. I was up and down, like, we gonna get him. Like, I went to we gonna whoop this Puerto Rican, right? Oh fuck. Then he battles back, right? And then he dropped Tito. He dropped Tito.
Yeah.
I said, we back. We back.
Yeah.
And then by the time, and as it's going, bro, and no shitting on Tito Trinidad, I didn't realize how big a Tito Trinidad fan I was until he retired. And he wasn't fighting them up. Like, man, we missing Tito. Tito need to be in here whooping some motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But man, the ebbs and flows of that fight, bro. Man, I was so high and so low and so high. That shit was like an abusive relationship, man. I need to call a law.
Yeah, counselor afterwards, man. Shit.
And then when he finally jumped in there and stopped that thing, man, which I think that it could have been stopped early. I wish, man, that was a great fight, man.
Still, man, I still, I watched the replay of it. And you still, even though you know what's happening, you still up and down, like, God damn. And
hey, to me, he's the personification. And you two boys being Mexican, y'all can tell me. To me, Fernando Vargas is the personification of Mexican grit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
grit,
he had the ability, the great Mexican fighting ability, but like, oh, you hurt me, bitch! I'm coming hurt you.
I'm coming back.
If you got it or didn't get it, you can ride with somebody like that.
Yeah, most motherfuckers, he would have been knocked down 2 times, 3 times in the first.
Yeah.
They would have checked out. You know what I'm saying? Then
was it 3? I almost felt like it was 3 that first round.
He got dropped. He got twice. Yeah, because 3 has been out of there. But that's what I'm saying. He knew because them left hooks hurt. That was one of the biggest hooks in the game.
Yeah, especially from Tito.
And at first when he hit him, plow, and Vargas was like, I was like, oh shit. And he went down, he got up, and then when he caught him again, he went to grab it and hold him.
Yeah,
and still trying to punt.
Swinging.
Yeah, still trying to punt. Man, that guy was. God damn, I love watching that dude fight, man.
From his first. I remember I got family out there in Cali in Oxnard, Ventura, where he from. And when my uncle came down, he's like, man, you better watch out. This bad motherfucker coming up. Fernando, Ferocious, Vargas, blah, blah. We're like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's from your hood. He from your hood. Of course, you going shout him out. And
that motherfucker was. He was telling you the truth. That motherfucker was ferocious, man. Yeah,
him and he fought that goddamn, what was it? Was it Thompson, the black dude, bald headed black dude?
The one he spit on. Yeah, the one he spit on.
Shit. That was man. Yeah, I'm locked in. Yeah, that's my dude.
He was telling Vargas. He was telling Vargas some derogatory shit about his wife. And
that's right. Yeah.
And Fernando put him on his ass, and when he finally put him on his ass, that last time he just spit on that motherfucker, man. I was like, that's my move. I'd have did that shit.
Hey man, don't replay that shit, man. Don't replay that right now.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at him, though. Look at them feet, Noe. Look at them feet.
Man, I just feel like that was maybe one or two fights too soon, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, let me say this, because I don't know Fernando. I don't know Robert or none of them, right? But the one time I heard a conversation on in their interview, and they asked Robert Garcia, because I think Robert Garcia was active at the time still, too. And it was asking Robert Garcia the same thing. It was like, man, don't you think it was a little soon for Fernando? And he was like, well, look, it could have been. He could have been. He said, but $15 million and 19. He said 19. What it was, like 97, 6, 8, 98 or something. Okay, 2000.
Yeah,
2000. He said $15 million. You tell Fernando Vargas to not fight for $15 million.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. And when he put it in those terms, I was like, yeah, he can't pass that fighter. He's a world champion. He's a world fucking champion. And they gonna put you on pay-per-view. $15 million. So again,
and you know what? We go back to that's what I was saying about the whole Wilder thing, when everybody was like, oh, he's stupid for taking the rematch this quick. But I'm like, bro, you think he might know this the end of the, you know what I'm saying, the end of the ride.
I got to go get that money.
You think motherfucker gonna say no to 20, 30, 40 million, shit. I
All
can
you,
knock
all
it.
you,